Bum 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 bashers, bum bashers. It's just me tonight. Machine called and he said, "Do you mind doing it alone? Will you go alone?" I said, "Sure." He's editing. He's got Vienna. He's got Ireland. He's got a lot on his plate, and I hope everybody knows. Let me make this nice and tight. How incredibly difficult it is to get. I don't do such things. I do live stuff. I've done Final Cut work for my band, and I always want to slip my wrist because it's so labor intensive. You come into your studio, you close the door, and the next thing you know, it's the next day, and and I have to please other people, which is the worst part. He just really has to please himself and his audience at large, which I think pretty much they'll like anyway because they like what he does. And I'm sure the Ireland is going to be incredible. He's got some surprises in store. I know what they are, but I'm not going to say because that would be cool. So, hey, who's in the room? So we've got Andrew Wolkowicz. Hey, pal. He's working till 6. Sorry, but at least I know I'll have a great show to watch tonight on replay. Aw, sweetie. Thank you. You're the best. We've got JDMTL. Dirk, let's rock and roll, my man. Face purple, smiling tears. That means something? It's cool, but what does it mean? I'm not sure. Mark in Brooklyn. Hi there. Hey there. Dave Fitzsimmons. Go, Dirk. Go, Dave Fitzsimmons. John Hasse. Watch Fashion Police 2024. Yes, we were, the three of us were talking today. We will be back Monday an hour early. So we usually do it at 4 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be doing it at 3 on Monday. Just listen, Michaela's got a business. She's got a lot to do. So she's just wrapping up all that stuff. And yeah, she's back. I'm having a Lion's Green Label, milk, no sugar. Just a speck of milk, just a very Irishy drink. It's been cold in New York. I've just been so into the tea. I drink so much freaking coffee. It's probably better for me. They say tea has more caffeine. How many of my super scientists out there know how many milligrams? I drink espresso. I don't drink like American coffee. I drink Cafe Doppio, double espresso. Who knows what has more caffeine in it? I don't know. When it's cold or if it's rainy, and I'm a Lions man, not a Barry's man. I'm a Lions man. Hey, Dirk, swap over your watch because you saw that I'm wearing the Speedmaster today. Is that what it is? You want me to put the Milgauss on? Is that what you want? Talk to me. Talk to me, Blackbird SP. Swap it. I've been giving so much incredible wrist time to the Milgauss because of course it's a Rolex Milgauss and it's beautiful. But my Speedmaster is just, she's look at that bracelet. I love her. Love this watch. This one has a very special place in my heart because it's the first great watch I had, and I love the reduced because it's got such a unique movement. Of course, we all love 361, 861. We love all those 3861, 1861. We all love the Speedmaster movements, but this is a very cool thing because it's Lamania and Dupois Dupree. It's got 2 movements. That's why the crown. I'll show it for those of you who don't know. For those of you who don't know, the crown is lower than the pushers because that's where the movement is. That's where they stack the movements on top of one another. It's a very, very cool piece of tech. Most people don't realize that about that. And the reduced doesn't get a lot of love. It's perfect. It's 38 millimeters. It fits beautifully on anybody's wrist, and it's a Speedmaster. It's a Speedmaster. And this bracelet, man, Speedmaster never had this bracelet. It's like a president. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm just saying, you want a little bit of Milgauss. I'll have to take it out of its box, though, because she goes to bed properly every night. Absolutely, she goes to bed properly. And you're not going to see the box because I use a green screen, right? So it's just, remember this is the magical Milgauss box, right? It's invisible. It's like Wonder Woman, but then you pull it open. Ta-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. I'm going to wear the Speedy tonight. Unless we take a poll and everybody wants me to put the Millie on. Shane McJay, evening all, evening man. Good to see you here in the room. And we've got Nathaniel Hannon with a super sticker. I got complaints about Tuesday night that the bell wasn't loud enough. I mean, my goodness. There are people out there who love the bell, and then there are people out there who don't love the bell. The only reason why I do the bell is, remember this original one? Look, it's dead now. I don't know what happened to this thing, but the striker got murdered on it. I don't know. Nathaniel, how are you, my friend? Nathaniel and I have the same size wrist, so we could swap watches. We did at the table, and I wore his gold Speedy, and it was like, holy shit. Talk about heavy. That thing was heavy. Can you hear that? I live right next to the East River in New York City, and that is unbelievable. It's crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Space Ace. Greetings, mister. Greetings. How are you? Space Ace. No affiliation with the KISS organization. It's Paul Stanley from KISS and Gene Simmons. Alain Gilbert. Well, I'll watch. I'm going to sneeze, right? Because I'm doing the show. Happens every single time. Hold on. Pardon, mademoiselle et monsieur. Hello from Montreal. Hello. Alain Gilbert. That's why I was French. How are you? Comment ça va? Comment ça va, monsieur? The Mustard Tiger. 16615. 5 digits update. It's best one watch collection ever. Go, Dirk, go. Hey, man. You can't go wrong there. Listen, one watch collections. Listen. I guess most people have a one watch collection, right? Isn't that the truth? I'm not one of them, but if I was to have a one watch collection, what would it be? I mean, it's impossible for me to say now because I'm in the honeymoon affair with Milgauss, but I did put the Speedy on because I felt bad. What is your one watch collection watch? Go. Let's see it in the chats, because I thought we were doing classic eye bashers with the Sheen, so I didn't have a topic. I usually do have it all picked out. And I will get into that thing we talked about last night with Barbara's book and Carolyn Martin. So if you're here, I went back and I read it all because I have both. I have the audiobook and I have the book because I wanted the pictures. I am going to comment on that. Al Benedetti, happy New Year's, Dirk. Wishing everybody a happy, healthy, and peaceful 2024. Amen to you, brother, because at this point in the game, 2023, it started off with my dad passing away, which he was 94. And you know what? You have to look at 94 and say he won the race. He took all the prizes. What a life. You have to look at it. But man, I fucking miss him. He's so amazing and so funny. I miss my mom. My mom was kind of not with us mentally for a couple of years. And people used to say, oh, that's so sad. And I said, it's actually kind of funny until it's not. And then it wasn't funny, and then you go through all your answering machine messages and, I can't ever erase. I had to unplug my answering machine. I'm going to have to record them somewhere because I have so many messages. My father never called me on the phone. Never. He didn't pick up the phone ever. He would answer the phone. Hello. No, he didn't call. But my mom, there's so many messages from her. So 2023, fuck you. And here's to 2024. Let's hope a lot of people resolve whatever issues they have. I hope everybody wins the lottery. We talked about that last night. I just was on the phone with my brother. We talked about the lottery, and I cut him short. I said, I got to do my show, but you can watch it. As you know, my sister watches the show, but my brother is not the most. He's brilliantly intelligent. However, technology is not his thing. He's like, "How do you get there?" Anyway, happy 2024 to you as well. Kieran Kelly, guitarist. So delighted you're on doing boring admin work, and this is going to make it much easier. Okay, let's start with the filing system, shall we? I mean, I'm the worst. I'm the very disorganized person. And some things I have a closet in my studio, and it's got a file cabinet, and it's got stuff in there that I can't believe I've kept. And then there's like stuff that I really need and I don't have. So I don't know how that works. But it does. But I'm glad you're here, Kieran, because you're a legend. Ray, New Year's resolution, learn to play the bagpipes like granddad. Plus, I hate my girlfriend's neighbors. Back on the mainland. Wow, bagpipes. Did anybody see that last episode of, or was it the last one? It was, right? It was the Scottish lullaby or soldier's anthem that Queen Elizabeth heard the piper, and she brought him in and she asked him what his favorite like hymn was. I mean, that was pretty cool. If that's true, it was like sleep, something sleep. It was beautiful. Bagpipes are crazy. I'd love to learn how to play the uilleann pipes because those are the most beautiful thing. But then again, I'll just hire somebody because I can't play that. Sucky at it. Blackbird SP, thought you had the Rolex on to stop it from getting scratched. Oh no. Got to be. I know, right? I had two mishaps. One that you guys all spotted, the one where I banged into. This is Pestilite, so who gives a fuck, right? You guys spotted it, and I actually do have a little bit of a scratch on the third link, and he said it would be on the third link above the 12. And that's what the viewers told Oisin. And guess what? I didn't know, and I took my loop out, which is not here now. And lo and behold, there was the scratch. And I went, oh my God. The other incident was I have this little spot in between my oven and my, kitchen cabinets where my countertop is. And that's where we shove all the shopping bags, because now we all have 50 trillion, real shopping bags, because that's the law in America for all of the international listeners right now. While you guys have been doing that for ages, America finally got jiggy with it, and now we have to, if we want a bag, we have to pay for it. So now you just have your own carry-all, and you take it with you. You take it to Dunn's, or you take it to Conad, or wherever your international shopping is. So I went to take it, I folded it, and I had the Milgauss on it. I put it in there, and just as I was about to slam right into the oven, I grabbed my hand. I went, oh shit. I mean, that would have been horrible. Peter Campbell says, keep them gaussing. That's good. Keep them gaussing. Did you make that up? I think you did. I have to have a couple of sip of lions for that. Steludio. I got these. These are very nice mugs. I'm not generally a mug person. Because I'm an espresso. I drink, doppio. So I drink these guys, which I had one earlier, so I just didn't take it to wash it up. I just generally do doppios, but I have two of them because the director and producer of this, I did a guest spot last year for this amazing German guitar player. Marcus has got a couple of projects, and he's got this thing called Barnabas Sky, where he gets vocalists from various bands to see if he can get them to guest on his projects. And he asked me, and I was flattered because I've been a fan, and I think he's terrific. He's kind of like, I guess, like Steve Vai or Satriani, but he's a pyrotechnic guitar wizard. He's up there with like the John Petrucci's and those kind of guys, Ingves. And he asked me to, but the deal was, and this is long-winded, the deal was, he's like, hello, Dirk. This is Marcus from Germany. I'm wondering if you would like to guest on my album. I don't know, maybe. But I play you some music, and maybe you write melodies and words. I was like, oh, now I'm interested, because now I get to actually be in on the writing. So, generally, it hasn't been like I haven't been that big on collaborating in a long time, which sucks because it's my favorite thing. because it's always better when two heads are better than one. I totally think so. Unless you're Sting or Prince. But then when you're Prince, you can meander on and make several shitty records before you come back to making a really good record, because he made a lot of shitty records. Not shitty, but meandering. So he sent me a piece of music, and I mean, it took me all of 5 minutes to get the melody down, and then like maybe a day or two to come up with a we're about. And I really liked it. And I had one caveat, and I said, and I didn't think this was going to be a big deal in any way, shape, or form, because we were collaborating, right? That's it. And there was a little bit of a tense 2 or 3 emails, which I thought was curious. I said, can we just extend this verse by 2 bars and take the pre-chorus and cut it in half and blah, blah, because that way it'll fit with the melodies and, help propel the song. And he's like, no, that's the way the song's written. And I went, dude, if we're going to collaborate, I was taken aback by that. It's fine now. But I guess maybe he's just used to everybody just singing on top of his track and not making any edits, but I'm way too megalomaniacal when it comes to the music part of stuff to do it. Anyway, roll around all the way back. So it turns out it's the first single for the record, and we're making a video. And, it was during COVID. So what's making a video? I didn't fly to Germany and get into some warehouse. I shot all my parts here in front of a microphone, and that's it. But the guy that runs Studio, that's the name of his company. He was the guy, and he sent me these, and it was very nice. I guess that was my payment for doing the video, which was fine. And the track turned out really cool. It's a cool song. It's Barnabas Sky, and the song's called 7 Wonders. It's on YouTube. It actually has like over 100,000 views, which is pretty good considering I didn't know how I was going to do. Jim Lassick. Cheers to everybody. Remus Gatsby in the glass and the 16710 on the wrist. Aren't you a classy bastard? Like I always say to everybody, do me a favor. send your wrist shots to Dirk Kennedy at iCloud.com. That is my official email for this channel. And I will, during shows, just write your name in the watch, and a picture of you in the watch, and then I'll put it up. So we'll feature it on Dirk Weekdays, because we all want to see what everybody's wearing. Great. Dodger says, happy folks, happy new year. Hello, happy new year to you. Dave F451. Wear what you want. Well, of course, wear what you want. Just, don't wear fashion watches, because they're stupid. Like I love, if you watch Fashion Police, you all know what a big Tom Ford fan I am. But man, I wouldn't pay $25 for one of those Tom Ford watches. While they look really cool, they're really expensive, and they're quartz. Now, I understand Cartier being quartz because it's Cartier and there's history and there is something going on there, but that's a swatch, Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Wear what you want. Wear what you want is right. Microphone ready for the next scratches. Now I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it simple. Anyway, I digress. So send your wrist shots to Dirk Kennedy at iCloud.com, and I'll post them. So anyway, about this thing yesterday that got started with the Barbra Streisand book, which everybody chimed in on. It was amazing because I was like, she's a crybaby and a narcissist. And I went back and I read the whole thing, and I still feel that way. Oh, my mother didn't support me. I mean, the mother didn't pour scalding hot water all over her face, or kick her in the teeth, or lock her in a closet. I mean, her mother's just not a demonstratively emotional person. Which, hey, the generations previous us were also cuddly, wuddly now. I love you, fathers and sons, and then they hate you when they're 13 anyway, because that still happens. So, I mean, I went back and I read it, and I was like, okay, it's just everybody else's I don't think my mother ever said "I love you" to me. I don't think she did. I knew that she did. It was implied, and I'm not running to my memoir, my childhood. I was so unloved. I was so unloved. No, she just was. It was a colder generation. I don't know why they made people that way. And like everything now, we go full circle. We go all the way, do a total flip on the whole thing. And we're going back to it now because people are going to get colder now because it's now you can't hug and kiss your kids all over the street because somebody's going to call the cops and say you're molesting them or you're something. It's our parents weren't cuddly, wuddly. They just weren't. So I don't know. Who the fuck knows? What about the caffeine question? Doesn't tea have caffeine and coffee has caffeine? Usually the caffeine lasts longer. Theine? Is that a word? I don't know that word. I don't know that ingredient. Theine? Caffeine quick rush. I don't really know. I heard tea has more caffeine in it. But I'll tell you the truth. When I do a double blast of, Julius Meinl in my cup, fuck that, man. I definitely feel like I just got shot in the head with a double gauge shotgun. Tea doesn't ever make me feel jumpy. Tea makes me feel cozy and Irish, and that's about all it does. Cheslin, grazie mille, Cheslin. A contribution towards the Project Exist Italy. Grazie mille. Yeah, a presto. Yeah, soon, please. Please, 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 please. Subito. Yeah. So, yeah, that book last night, I mean, I read everything and, I just was amazed at the backlash yesterday. Everybody saying, and no offense to Carolyn Martin, because I love her. But like you guys were adamant last night that she had a terrible childhood. She went to summer camp like most Jewish kids do. The parents, well, she was a single mom. She lost her dad. We talked about that. But anyway, it was just too much for me. It was just too much for me. So I skipped back to where I was because I didn't see any kind of major shit going on. Anyway, long story short. Mustard Tiger, Milgauss and Speedy, both amazing options. Show. I mean, they're obviously Milgauss is my favorite Rolex. It's the anti-Rolex, and I love every Speedy. I remember when I first got into Speedmasters, I was going on Chrono 24 and looking at all the iterations. There's so many. It's not just the Moonwatch, It's there's so many things. It's incredible. They make so many different complications. They have so many different dials, and they're all pretty cheap too. You can get some of them for like $1,500 and $1,600. I mean, if you go on there, like watch, I'll go on there right now. Let's go to Chrono 24. Let's do some watches, shall we? Let's do that. Let's go. Speedmaster. Okay. Now let me go and bring you guys in. Right. It's too high. That's too hot. Okay, so we got here, like all the regular ones, the professional, the reduced. Look at that, 1977. That's $2,000 for a reduced. That's pretty damn great. And look at the racing. Here's the other thing. Like these options are crazy. People don't realize they think Moonwatch when they think Speedmaster. But look at this Speedmaster Racing with $7,279, which is a little bit pricey, I'm assuming, for most people to get a watch. Look at the basic units. It's the 329, 30, 44. Okay. Yeah, this is a great looking watch. 44.25 millimeters. That's a big one. Ceramic. I mean, that's why it's expensive. But what a pretty watch, right? That's a great one. You got the Schumachers, and then you have the new ones, the boxers, right? Those are beautiful. There's so many different varieties. So I mean, Speedmaster is like a giant world. I mean, no one has more iterations of anything, do they? Than Omega. I mean, Omega just other than their ridiculously complicated model numbers. But look at this one. This is like almost like having an Ultraman. The Omega Speedmaster Racing, the 44.25 in gray steel with the orange seconds hand and the chrono hand. Look at that. It's amazing. So the seconds hand and the chrono hand. Amazing. With Speedmaster in orange. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's so many different things you can have here. Fantastic. I love it. And here's the Schumacher. Oh, man. Does anybody know how that guy's doing? I mean, it's so quiet what's been going on with Michael Schumacher. Not much has been happening at all, you know. Yeah. So Al Benedetti says, upvote everybody. Hey, it doesn't take much effort if you could just upvote just a little bit. I mean, the show has been doing really great so far. I mean, we've been hitting 1,000 viewers within 24 hours, which has like really been building because it was lurking around 200, 300, 400 for a while, but we're really gaining some steam, and I really appreciate it. You know, JDMTL, face green, smiling, Ray Ray. I don't know what any of that means. You guys talk amongst yourselves, and I have no idea what the hell's going on. JD, Canadian, $6.99 super sticker. Thank you, buddy. Did you have a question? I mean, if you have a question, it's fun. You get the ding, and hopefully you get a good answer and not a shitty answer. You know, got 104 in the room tonight. Joe says, I wonder what Jeffrey Epstein had. Did you hear the news that what's his face? I always forget his name. He's a football player, and he threw Jimmy Kimmel under the bus. He insinuated that Jimmy Kimmel, for international artists, Jimmy Kimmel's a late show host, a very popular one. He's probably second most popular in terms of the late night. You know, he's like a Gay Byrne or any of those, you know, kind of characters. He insinuated that he was part of the Jeffrey Epstein. He's going to be on a list because they're going to release all of the people that had involvements, had relationships, business dealings, personal relationships, flew on his jet. The judge has uncensored it. It's no longer redacted. It's going to be public knowledge. So a whole bunch of people are probably shitting in their boots right now. And Jimmy Kimmel says, I didn't know the guy, so I'm not worried about it, but really, really, really terrible. But to do that, I mean, and then I watched this whole legal thing thinking, oh, this is going to be great to talk about. But at the end of the day, that it's not defamation because he's not going to be on the list. And it's just a snide kind of public remark. So it won't mean anything. What are you going to do? Eddie says, my dad doesn't even know my birthday. I'm sure your dad knows his birthday, but most dads don't know their anniversary date. And that's a fact. I mean, I know mine, but it's either August 8th or 9th because was it midnight yet? I don't know that we met. Ray says, sorry, I forgot where I was. What I meant to say was my girlfriend's neighbors are. Oh, that's your word, not mine. Famous for that word, though. Ibish is great outlet. Green face smiling. Yeah, well, you know, people are cunts. What are you going to do? Eamon Perkins, hey guys. Roar the Tiger's wearing a Hamilton Interstellar Cooper. Hey, did you watch Gene's amazing video on that? That was great. It was one of his best, I think. It was a terrific. I mean, it was like cinema, pure cinema. Now, Christopher Nolan is probably going to win. I didn't see Oppenheimer yet. It just became available for. I'm going to watch it tonight because it just became available for rental. And I've seen Maestro, and I've seen. I saw May December. Is that what it was called? May December, which was really weird and had the weird, very graphic, pornographic scene in it, which I thought was uncouth, unnecessary, and gross. And the performances, I don't know what people look for. So now it's award season. So Golden Globe nominations came out, and the Oscars are only 3 months away, two and a half months away. So everybody's gearing up for for award season, which is going to be great for Watch Fashion Police, because that only means that we're going to have a lot of red carpet, a lot of watches, and a lot of stuff to talk about. And I can't wait. And I don't think awards are worth anything. I don't think anybody really cares. We watched them, but it's important to those people. And the one thing that really has been kind of making me sad about the Maestro thing is because I really liked it. I think I told you guys the only problem I had was that there was not enough of the music. For younger audiences, don't they need to know why he is as important as he is? They should know, other than a passing sentence, they should know what he wrote. And it doesn't get any time. It's just about my wife knows I'm bi or gay or whatever. Here's my lovers. My sister is sassy, Sarah Silverman. I thought she was pretty good. So that was my only problem, that they glossed over the gravity of who Bernstein is. And all right, that's my problem. But so now they've been doing so much press for that movie that people are really turning on Bradley Cooper right now. They are turning on him full force. Everybody's talking about I don't know what it's called, something of the Flower Moon. It's the Martin Scorsese movie. Apparently that's an incredibly powerful movie. And that the woman that the lead actress in that film is apparently great. I haven't seen it. I will see it. I usually try to see every movie, but then they mentioned all these other movies that I've never heard of that are in the running that are supposedly so big. I have to do my research on this, because I don't even know who half these actors are. And everybody's lamenting how The Color Purple isn't getting nominated. I'm like, The Color Purple? That was a Steven Spielberg movie, 1980 something. And then I found out that they made a musical version of the musical version. So, I mean, so now they made it's another musical. Musicals, as we all know, don't do that well because people don't like that kind of shit anymore. That's why there's no Rodgers and Hammerstein anymore. You've got the Disney guys and the Frozen songs, and the one Lady Gaga song and the one Billie Eilish song. But musicals, when people break into song, people don't like that anymore. It's just not a thing. Cinema was new. They were trying to figure out how to make marriages of art, and they came up with people breaking into song and dancing on a destroyer, and going to occupied China or occupied Japan, and in the rice fields with umbrellas, and super racist songs about things. But they don't do that anymore. So that's a musical. So that's not going to do well. People don't like it. But what are you going to do? It's another thing is it's a mostly black cast. So that's another double barrel shotgun. Like, because of that, you have an excuse to say, we're being marginalized. I don't think it's that. I hope it's not that. I'm sure it isn't. But, you make a movie with one group of people, and then when they don't get any kind of attention and or accolades, it's fuel for the fire. And I'm not trying to instigate anything here, but as you know, it happened a million times. This person of color, this person of gender, this person of whatever walk of life is not getting the recognition that they so desire. Personally for me, I can't stand Adam Lambert. I don't like him in my favorite band, and stop it. If you're really good, people will like you. I mean, I don't think everybody needs to have an excuse for everything, and that's annoying. But I'm not here to rant. This is not the Get Off My Lawn show. I just think everybody should be rewarded upon their own merits, not just because of, that they cried on American Idol. Same thing for Barbara, to go back. Just think she's a bit whiny and a bit of a narcissist to think that everybody loves her and everybody wanted to bet her. I'm sure some people did, but not everybody. Not a big deal. Eamon says, will you have a cup of tea? I'm having a cup of tea. I told you already I'm having a cup of tea. I'm doing it. Doing it. Roar the Tiger says, the Epstein names will be unsealed, but the victim names are going to be redacted. Well, I would hope so. Because that would be super victim shaming. And to be fair, a very high percentage of the victims have already named themselves, that they came out. So it's not just Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2. There are names out there. I've seen their interviews, and it's very moving, very poignant. Because this guy, I mean, he is 100 billion times more evil than Harvey Weinstein. Because Harvey Weinstein was just the typical sleazebag, I can get you a job kind of thing. This guy and his protege, that evil witch, they were, they were doing the nastiest thing you could do, and that's corrupting young girls and putting them into lives of sexual slavery. And I mean, that's like there's this archaic, crazy, barbaric, insidious, disease, evil, bad machine fuckery I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah, that is like just bring him out into the hole and shoot him. That's and her, and she's so manipulative too, and such a ugh. The interviews I've seen with her are just hideous. She's in prison for the rest of her life where she belongs, but she belongs at the bottom of the ocean because she should just be, what is that stuff called? Krill? Plankton. She should just be plankton because that's horrific. Claudio. Ciao, Claudio. I'm wearing my new Orient. It's no Tom Ford, but it's mine. It's probably better than those Tom Ford. Let's go look at those. I'll show you them because they're embarrassing. Let's go look at these. Let's get him on his site too, so we can really see them in. Oh, they're not even on his site anymore. Look at that. Because he stopped doing it. So, okay. I'm gonna show you this now. All right. This one's near mint. That's what a Tom Ford watch looks like. Okay. And how great is this? It says, ready for this? Near mint, Tom Ford, number 001, TFT 001001. Sounds great. Like we're rattling off like Omega serial numbers. Battery replaced black dial men's used watch, $1,456.15. I think the 15 cents part is what aggravates me most. This is just obscene. I mean, it's a fashion watches. It's made out of steel. It's not even leather. It doesn't even have a leather bracelet. Look at that. It's horrific. But it comes in a classic Tom Ford. Look at that. It comes with like a card, individual number, date of purchase, and the store. Was this a store stand? What does it say there? Oh man, that's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. That's a Tom Ford box that you get. Wow. Like it's like, think of the exclusivity for it's a swatch. It's a metal swatch. It doesn't have anything. It's not like the art that Cartier puts behind there. There's some serious, or the old the first iteration of those electro watches that came out. They were amazing. This is just, what the fuck? And they do it as if it's like Hermes. And Hermes has watches too, but they're real watches. This is really sad. I'm sorry to have even shown you that. David Simmons says, Gay Byrne legend. Yeah, very, very sad. Dune in the basement eating Cheetos. Jeffrey Epstein failed English classes because he never finished his sentences. Yeah. RP, back to the Oppenheimer thing. Just watched it, Maestro and Ferrari, this past week. All of them are good. I'd love to see, Ferrari. Oh, yeah, that's the new one. I'm thinking of the one with, there was one a couple of years ago. It was Ferrari versus Ford, right? That was good. Boston Collector. Hey, Boston Collector. Dirk, good evening. Always been a fan. Thanks, man. I know you're going to continue to kill the live shows. You're wearing the Black Dial 62, 65, big red Daytona birth year for me. Isn't that great when you can get a birth year watch? It's like getting if you have a friend who's really into wine and you can get them their birth year wine, that's really great. I mean, that's special. Like I would love a 65 Speedmaster. But that's a 321, and that would be $1 quadrillion. But yeah, Daniel Katz, super chat. I like the sound of music. Tim, $2.79 Canadian. So we're headed for a big storm here in America in the Northeast. It's going to be from the Ohio Valley, the entire northern East Coast, and Canada. And apparently we're going to get like 10 to 15 inches worth of snow, and it's going to start over this weekend. Yay! I think we're all looking forward to that. I definitely am not. Because we've had I don't think we had any snow last year at all. At all. I know you guys are from all over the world. We've got Malta here. We've got Netherlands here. We've got Ireland here. We've got London. We've got Paris. We have South America. We have so many people in the room right now. And man, New York is just, global warming is a real thing. It's really happening. And we had a very mild winter last year. And I thought we were in store for the same thing. But apparently it's going to be bitterly cold. And we're going to get hit with it. So I'm really, really worried about that because I don't think anybody's prepared for that kind of snow anymore, especially the infrastructure of New York has gone down the toilet so badly. I just don't think they'll be able to clear it. I mean, if it rains too hard here, the drains back up. This town's in bad shape, man. It hasn't been good for quite a while, ever since Mike Bloomberg left. Just went downhill. Francofiore. Ciao, ragazzi. Upvote for Dirk, please. Just upvote. It helps. I'm here on my own tonight. This is usually the Sheen and Dirk show on Wednesdays. We usually do 2 hours of fun for y'all. But he's busy. He's making magic for y'all. So I'm here just having a chat with all the gang and happy to see y'all. And James Bastian, hey Dirk, emailed you a watch shot. Great, I'm going to include it. Obviously not going to include it today, but I'll amass them and have them ready for the screen because I'm not quick enough on the draw to pull that all up. But I'll get it ready. Thanks, James Bastian. I look forward to that. Christian Coleman. Hey, Christian Coleman. My first watch was an Enicar Sherpa Graph MK3. It was gifted to me by my father being together on a watch market in Cologne. I was 12 years old. You know, it's really crazy. I don't have them. That's really great. Enicar, what a fucking special brand. I had no idea that Paul, my partner, has an Enicar. And he goes, I have a couple of watches in a drawer. I don't think you've ever seen them. This is a while back when I first started getting familiar with the watch world as deep as it is. And he pulled out an Enicar, and I could not believe it. I don't remember the model, but I will pull that up for tomorrow's show. But isn't they're cool now? So does anybody own Enicar anymore? Did anybody buy that name? Because it's not like Pulsar or Bulova. I mean, storied perhaps, but not in the public, zeitgeist. I think it was always an insider's kind of watch. I'm not sure. Pretty cool though. Yeah. So I don't know. That's cool. Enicar. Do you have a picture of that? Can we look that up? Well, let's look that up because I want to see what that looks like. That's the Sherpa Graph MK2. Oh my God in heaven. Wow. Here it comes, kids. Look at that beauty. Oh man, oh Shevitz. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I had no idea we were talking that. Oh, it's got like the inside tachometer. Oh, wow. That is a beautiful piece. What year is this? I mean, I could probably see on the site, right? Let me just shrink this down. Let's see when it was. Oh, wow. That is a very, very pretty. Look at that black and silver. It's loomed. Oh, wow. I wonder what kind of movement are in these. This is cool. This is a very cool thing for somebody to be in. Like when I was into cycling, I was into Harrow bikes. They were like a great bike manufacturer, but they weren't part of they were big in BMX, but they weren't big in mountain bikes. But I collected those and I was very proud of it. The watch world is weird. It's Rolex, Omega, Patek, AP if you have the money, but I mean, there's people that like the smaller brands, but these are very cool, man. This would be a very cool thing to collect. Like I collect those weird Angelica Japanese student guitars. I do that. I mean, this is a thing to think about. I don't know how expensive they are, though. These are absolutely gorgeous, man. Wow, look at that. That's got the sea pearl on the back. That's their logo. Huh. And this one's numbered G72. Oh, it's a Valjoux 72 with a golden finish. That's what's in there. Oh wow. This is one of the prettiest watches ever, man. I love that. And I love Saturn. I mean, does it get any better than using Saturn as your logo? No copyright on Saturn, Gene Simmons. Amazing. Wow, stainless steel, compressor case, Bajonet lock. It's a 40 millimeter. Wow. 20 millimeter lug, so that's great for straps. I love the inner tacky, man. It's beautiful. Wow, what a cool watch. I love the comments, man. You guys take me down a rabbit hole. That is fantastic, man. What a beautiful piece. Absolutely love it. So what else we got going on here? Dave 451 says, I heard the Ferrari movie's a big mess. I mean, so many movies, too much content. Help me, comment. I told you yesterday we watched, I had seen most of Promising Young Woman, and the end of the movie was ridiculous. However, that was so dark. There's just too many murder, dark, horrible shows now. There's so much stuff to watch. I just don't know what to do. It's like everybody's like, did you watch this? Did you watch this? Did you watch this? Did you watch? I'm just as guilty. I'm asking people what you've watched. And I apologize for that. Hey, Ross Patterson, 5 British sterling pounds from Scotland. Happy New Year. How do you feel about Brexit as a Scotsman? Do you guys want to secede? Does Scotland still want to secede from the United Kingdom? Is that a loaded question? That's a question for when Oisin and I are on here, right? When we're on here together. Enicar Racine. There you go. Our Dirk Wednesdays episode is going to be available as podcast like previous iBashes. We'll get around to it eventually. Give us time. We have to delegate tasks. So yes, that'll happen for sure. We'll definitely do it, and proud to bring it to you. We just got to get some big works out of the way, I guess, and the big man's working hard, and I can figure out how to do it myself. You can tell me how to do it. We'll work on it. Franco Fiore, we love Oisin and you. Oh, thanks, man. Different perspective is always welcome. That's why, it's always fun when we bash together. It's really great. The Dirk Weekdays is all about what you guys think, what you guys have to say. Take me in the direction that you want to go. Enicar is back as a Phoenix brand. Okay, that's interesting. Enicar is back. I wonder who is it? Chinese? They buy everything, right? They buy everything. RP 1960. $4.99 US dollars. Thank you, Cal. Thank you. It's corny. You guys want me to get rid of the bell? I will. A lot of you like it. A lot of you. It's very divisive. We have 50% in, 50% out. I know Shane hates it, but it's funny and it's a shtick. I don't have much shtick. I have Vasilios B from Greece. No, I didn't. He asked a question earlier, and I'm reading through them. There's so many. I wasn't able to read through it all, but I was not able to find your hometown on the map. Why don't you put the map in the comments so I can find it? Because I have no idea where this is. I looked later on and I thought, did I spell it wrong? Because yesterday he was giving me like directions on where it is in Greece. I've only been to Greece one time, and I want to go many, 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 many times. There's so much to see there. Look, everybody said you got to go to Santorini. I don't think I want to go there because it looks so touristy. We went to an island that was recommended by our Greek friend, and it turns out that it was paradise. It's called Hydra in English, and turns out that's where Leonard Cohen lives, and it's where David Gilmour from Pink Floyd lives. He's got a music video where he's sitting there at the harbor, and it's an hour and change from by boat to Athens, and it's paradise. It's a cove. There's no cars, and the food and the wine. It's like, what is wrong with us here? Christian Coleman says, mine's the MK3. More info on that. I'm going to read up on Enicar. I have one in the house, and I'm going to read up on that too. I meant to do that. I did. Inside information, Ray Ray says, keep the Anita Ward. She's the artist that sang the song Ring My Bell. You can ring my bell, ding and dong ding. Yeah. $4.99 RP 1960. I did this already though, right? Bam, do it again. Gifted watches are always the best ones. They're keepers. Yeah, they certainly are. Getting a watch from a friend or a loved one is the one you cherish. Because when you buy stuff for yourself, you don't care. It's just a purchase. It doesn't have any kind of romance to it. It doesn't have any kind of memories attached to it. It's just something that you bought, and we all buy tons of shit every single day of our lives. It's like buying a can of beans or everything in this room, most of it, not that room, this actual room. There's no reverence. There's no, the moment that you receive the gift. That's why, a guy gets on his knees and presents the diamond ring to the woman he's going to be betrothed to, hopefully. Those are moments that you make, when you gift somebody something nice. When you get somebody a gift and you wrap it nice, you always hope that it's going to be a cherished memory forever. If you have good taste, or if it's a nice gift, or if it's just incredibly thoughtful. Doesn't matter if it's expensive or not expensive. It's the thought that counts, and that's very true. It's always been the thought that counts when it comes to gifts. Making something for somebody is, to me, incredible. But when somebody gives you something, that's something you'll always remember, and odds are you'll never get rid of it. And selling off a gift to me is just the weirdest thing. I've not even been able to re-gift things unless it's something stupid like a bottle opener or something that doesn't have any kind of love, or it might have love attached to it. But I might have about 60 different wine opener, bottle openers in this house. I could use to lose a few of those. But yeah, they're the best. The ones that are given. Like, my dad never had a great watch. My sister said he had a great pocket watch. I don't even remember ever seeing it. I don't know who makes it. She says she can't find it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea whatsoever. I would like to know, is it a cool old brand of, is it like Omega when they were in the they were all in the pocket watch game back then, weren't they, before the wristwatch? But he wasn't into it. My dad didn't have any hobbies. He liked drinking Budweiser. He wasn't into gambling. He didn't, he just didn't have any, he didn't bowl. He wasn't into sports. He did like the New York Yankees, and he did watch that. He liked movies. He liked Westerns. And he didn't even, he would tape them off the television at one point in the 80s, but he didn't collect stuff. So his inheritance is just the memories, So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, the gifted watches, man. Those gifts are a beautiful thing. They really are. Really, really and truly are. The things that we get from people who love us and whom we love are the ones that we remember forever and ever and ever, aren't they? So yeah. Vasilios, you're welcome. You should visit Ionian Pelagos, Western Greece. I would love to, man. I can't wait to get to Ionian Pelagos, Western Greece, and I hope it's this year. I hope we get to go somewhere. Kieran Kelly, guitarist. €10. Thank you, buddy. Send some shots to Dirk. Got a new watch yesterday. Great stream so far. Thanks, pal. Could you make it a bit worse, please, as I'm getting nothing done here? Dirk, rockin' classic eye bashers. Hey, man, thanks. Miss OOM, we all do, but this is super. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's, it's always a fun party when he's in the house. It's always fun to, we go long. He smokes a lot of cigars. The chat goes in crazy directions, because I digress so heavily all the time. And now instead of him leading the charge and me going extemporaneous off of what he's talking about, now I get to do it off of you guys. Because like I said, I didn't have a plan for tonight because I thought we were going to do it together. And I just figured, it'll be a fun hangout for an hour with these guys and girls, the beautiful guys and girls of the Dirk Weekday show. And I thank you so much for coming. Tom Voss. I inherited my father's Enicar Sherpa. It's just a nice polished dress watch my son will wear. Look at you guys with the Sherpas. Is that it? Do we all have to get a Sherpa now? Damn it. I really want one. I know that Paul's is not a Sherpa because it's just a three-hander. It's not one of those things, But thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'm glad. This is a good thing. I'm going to get into the Enicar. I'm going to do some deep diving on it. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody bringing that up. And man, what a beautiful watch the Sherpa is. Oh, Al Benedetti, $4.99. Ding, no question. Just to thank you. I've been watching Unisheen from the beginning. Keep on bashing. Man, you guys rock. Thanks so much for making my daily grind super fun. I appreciate it a whole hell of a lot. Because I'm preparing. Paul's got a little bit of a cold, so he's not up for like any of the big bakes or the big, and plus, it's diet time. It's time to lose that 20 plus pounds that I put on over the last year. So I'm going to get rid of that. But, yeah, I'm going to be looking into some healthier options. And, earlier today, I was like reading a lot of recipes on things I can make, different salads and vegetable options and stuff. I really want to have by the summertime, I want to be like 148 pounds. I want to be thin. I want to be under my fighting weight, which is 150, 152. Because I'm not a big guy. If I was a big guy, I wouldn't mind being 168 pounds. But I think I might have dumped a pound or two because I've been watching everything and I've slowed down on the Diet Coke. And I know that Diet Coke doesn't have calories, but there's chemicals and stuff in there. And I think it probably sends signals to your brain to like not burn fat, or it definitely, that phenylalanine, aspartame definitely does something to your brain. So when I die and they do like a vivisection of my brain, they're going to find out all the bad shit that aspartame does to you. Hey, look at that. Can I Google that beach? Look at that. Can I grab that? Can I grab that? I can, right? Vasilios. Give me a second. How do I grab that off of the thing? Can I do that? Ed Sheeran has an Enicar Sherpa. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Okay. Let me write this down because bear with me because you can't copy and paste off of a chat like that. Let's see. That is 3-8. How about a pen that works? Okay. 38.6374903.5583.877. Now I will go look at that. Hold on. Does that not work at Google Maps? I made you all sit through all of that. I'll do that on my own time instead of boring the living shenanigans out of you. I don't know how to put coordinates into Google Maps. I bet if I just put it in my iPhone, it would be great. Claude talks. Have a slice and a Fountain Diet Coke. Fountain Diet Coke still has saccharin in it Dirk? Is there something about aspartame that doesn't work on the fountain? Or a TJ's salad bag and bottle of water for the new year? What does TJ's mean? No, love you, Dirk. Grazie mille, Claudio. Thank you so much. Nathaniel Hannon, $4.99. Boom. Artificial sweeteners fool your pancreas into releasing insulin, pushing your blood sugar into your fat cells. Who's going to know that but him? Wow. That's a great way to end the show. Artificial sweeteners fool your pancreas into releasing insulin. Of course that they do. Pushing your blood sugar into your fat cells. Well, I'm going to get rid of some of those fat cells, and my blood will have nowhere to go. And on that note, thanks for joining me for the surprise Dirk Wednesdays. I'll be back tomorrow, regular Dirk time, regular Dirk channel on the iBashers. And Friday, I will be on at 6 after the big man does Who Needs a Drink. And we'll be back, remember, next Monday, Watch Fashion Police will be an hour earlier. So tune in for the lovely Michaela, Ush, and myself. Thanks, everybody. Have a really great night. Oh, gotta squeeze them in there. Easy $5 back for 3 hours of errands. And work just in time for you. Oh, man, thanks, man. Stay off stevia. Stevia is very bad. Did you hear what stevia does to you? Go look it up. It's all bad. Anyway, thanks, you guys. Love y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.